Hey friends, in this video I'm going to be sharing with you what I eat in 2 days. So recently, or for the month of November, I've been doing 3 lean days per week. So I eat my regular ketovore, high protein keto diet 4 days, and then on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, I bring down the fat and make it a leaner day. I'm throwing in those lean days in order to lose a little bit of weight, and so far it's working really well. As always, if you're curious about what diet I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and all of the details on how it's going, I share that in my Wellness Wednesday videos, so you should go check that out if you're interested. But in this video, I'm going to be showing you 2 days worth of eating. The first one is a regular ketovore day, so it's still higher in protein, and then I eat a moderate amount of fat. And then the second day is a lean day, still high in protein, but I bring the fat down a little bit to make it a little bit leaner. At the end of each day, I will go over my calories and my macros for those of you that are interested in that. And let's get started. It's 6 a.m. and I'm about to have my morning cup of coffee. I just have some of my plain creamer mix here, but I'm actually feeling like mocha, so I think I'm gonna go get the dark cocoa. I need to mix up another batch of my mocha creamer. I was all out, but I think that's my favorite of the creamer varieties I've tried so far. For breakfast, I am making some avocado fried egg sandwiches with my little mini loaf slices. They make perfect little single egg sandwiches, and I didn't have any bacon or anything to add a meat, so I'm just doing eggs and avocado, which will still be delicious. Yum. I went ahead and mixed up my electrolyte drink. This is my giant 40-ounce cup, and I've been doing 2 scoops of the electrolyte mix in there recently. I was doing 1.5 scoops, and I decided to up it a little bit. I actually bought some Zevias recently because they were on sale, and I found that when I drank one of those in the day, I wasn't drinking as much of my electrolyte drink, and I could feel it, like I was waking up to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, you know, just once, which is not that big of a deal, but it was more than I had been because I was sleeping all the way through. So I just upped my electrolyte by 1/2 scoop in each cup, and that seems to be doing the trick. I decided to go for mixed berry today, and then I was gonna add some seasoned salt to my sandwiches, and I forgot, so I'm gonna throw that on here as well. Thought that would just make them perfect. Now my breakfast is complete. It is school time, so I need another cup of coffee. Charity, what are you doing?
Giving Froggy his school.
Froggy has a school book too?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Is Froggy on the same lesson as you are?
He's on lesson 2, I'm on lesson 4.
Oh my goodness, you're so ahead of Froggy.
He's just 2 lessons. He started not too long ago.
You're hilarious.
Good girl, Izzy. Because of the doctor, she didn't want her egg.
What a good girl. Doing the same thing as I did before. 1 serving of the plain creamer and then 1/2 teaspoon of the cocoa to make it mocha.
I've even put the same sticker.
Oh, that's not a T, baby. That's an L.
Oh.
It's kind of confusing because of those dotted lines.
Oh.
And maybe a little brown sugar swerve.
I'm over here learning from Anita of Ketogenic Woman. I'm gonna make her bread pudding recipe. I'm so excited. It's super simple, and I'm gonna make it dairy-free. Let me pause this. I'm gonna make it dairy-free by using coconut milk instead of heavy cream, but I've had a lot of failed bread recently. I finally got success with the bread, which I showed you in my video or 2 ago. But I had a bunch of failed bread that I wanted to use up. I didn't want to waste it, so I'm cubing that up for bread pudding. Okay, I've got my 3 eggs and my 1/2 cup of coconut milk. And since in the video she used a failed cake recipe, so I figured it would have been sweet, and this was just regular bread, so I threw in some just stevia just to give it a little bit of sweetness, and there'll probably be toppings too, so it'll have more sweetness than that. But I'm gonna dump in my bread and get that mixed up. And then this is the pan I'm going to use. I just buttered it with my coconut oil, butter flavored coconut oil that I've been using in place of butter recently. I added some cinnamon as well, and this is ready to go into the oven. I think she said 350 for 25 minutes. While I'm waiting for the bread pudding to cook, I'm gonna have these ribs and a few olives. These are the ribs I made on my weekend prep video that I shared with you a few days ago. Ooh, it looks so good. I've had it sitting here cooling for a little bit. I think for a topping, I'm gonna put on some of my allulose honey and see how that is. I might be able to eat half of this. Actually, maybe I will just do a quarter of it and then make a cup of coffee. That sounds better. This is the allulose honey. It's really good. It tastes great. My only caveat is I can't handle more than a couple of teaspoons, maybe like up to a tablespoon. I managed with up to a tablespoon a couple of times, but besides that, it gives me really bad digestive issues, so I try to be really careful about it. It's weird because I can eat tons of the powdered or the granular allulose and have no problem, but the liquid, both the maple syrup and the honey one, it just really gets me. All right, 2 teaspoons of that. It really looks like French toast casserole. I think it's gonna be delicious. I'm gonna taste this egg pudding real quick while I'm waiting for the coffee to brew. That's good. It does taste like French toast casserole. So I think maybe she used less bread in her video. She said half of a loaf of bread, and I thought that would be about 8 ounces because that's what I usually get, but maybe I used more bread than she did because hers looked like flatter and more like eggy, more custardy, but it's still good. I'm doing pumpkin spice creamer this time. I thought that would go well with the bread pudding. Time for afternoon refill of electrolyte drink. I'm doing watermelon lime now. Here's what I'm having for dinner. I got 10 ounces of tri-tip steak and some avocado with cilantro, some pickled jalapenos, and a couple pepperoncinis. Last thing of the evening, I'm having some tea. It's the honey lavender stress relief tea. I really like this one. It's very tasty. Now to go over my macros and calories for the day. I got about 159 grams of protein, and that made up 33.8% of my calories. I got about 128 grams of fat. That made up 61% of my calories. And I got 24.1 total carbs, and that made up 5.1% of my calories. Total calories came to 1,964 for the day. Good morning. Today is a lean day, so I'm gonna use some of the Picnic collagen creamer in my coffee this morning. I still have some of this that I'm trying to use up, and then I'll transition over to my mix. Oh, Izzy, it's just me. What in the world? Did I wake you up? Come here. Come here. Oh. Do you hear that rain outside? It's very rainy this morning. So rainy. Oh, good morning. Good morning. Did you have a good snooze? Let's see, I'll do about 3 tablespoons here. Good enough. So I opened up the fridge this morning and saw the bread pudding in there and thought that sounded really good, but it's a little too high fat for my lean day today. So I decided to make some egg white bread French toast. So in here I have 3 egg whites and then 2 tablespoons of the Picnic collagen creamer just to give it a little bit of creaminess. I'll throw in some cinnamon, and this will probably make several slices. I'm using my little mini slices for some mini French toast pieces. So that made 6 slices. I'm gonna eat 4 of them for breakfast. And I put on a tablespoon of the allulose maple syrup. And I think this will satisfy my desire for that bread pudding. Looks so good. My current favorite thing to do with leftover egg yolks is feed them to the dogs. They absolutely go crazy for egg yolks, just raw like that. And they are actually pretty upset that I've been playing with that no fresh egg recipe for the egg white bread. They really prefer when I use the fresh egg whites so that they get their yolks. Gonna go ahead and get my electrolyte drink mixed up. I'm doing mixed berry today. And did you guys see that Redmond came out with a new electrolyte drink product? It is Relyte Boost, and it's the electrolytes plus some caffeine from green tea and like maca root and a couple other, like I think ginseng, things for just like mental clarity and focus. So it's like if you need an afternoon caffeine pick-me-up and you want it with your electrolytes, looks like a great product. My husband was just asking for something just like that because he had been buying kombuchas in the afternoon and those are getting really expensive. He was like, is there any kind of electrolyte drink that like has a little bit of caffeine in it? And I was like, no. There was the pre-workout and we did order some of that, but it wasn't quite what he was looking for. And then like just a couple days later, Redmond announced they're coming out with this caffeine boost electrolyte drink, and it was absolutely perfect. So I ordered some. Hopefully it'll come soon and I'll show you guys that. The new flavor, they did lemon lime, which is the same as one of their flavors of the Relyte. And then the new flavor was raspberry mango, which sounded really good. So I'm excited to try that when it comes. So that French toast I had for breakfast was really tasty, but it did not last me very long. I felt really full right after I ate it, but then I was getting hungry again pretty quick. So it is 11:45 now and I'm really hungry. So I'm gonna go ahead and make some chicken meat bars. I just seasoned them with the Redmond seasoned salt and I'm gonna throw them in the air fryer. I've started cutting my meat bars just a little bit smaller. So they're almost like candy bar size, which is just kind of fun. So this is a whole pound of ground chicken. I may eat it all because I told you I was super hungry. I may not. I kind of like sometimes when I am really hungry, making a huge plate and then just eating until I'm full. And sometimes I eat the whole plate, sometimes not. But I put 2 tablespoons of this mustard barbecue for dipping. I really like this. It's, let's see, it's only 15 calories and then it's got only 3 carbs per 2 tablespoons. So it's really not bad and the taste is quite good. I'm at Starbucks. Some of the kids had an event, so I'm hanging out at Starbucks waiting for them. Got a coffee and I brought some of my picnic collagen creamer to pour in there. So it's dinner time and I'm really not that hungry because I ate a very big lunch. Still pretty full from that. And then I had the coffee at Starbucks, but it is dinner time. And I think if I don't eat a little bit of something now, I will be too hungry before bed. So this is about 6 ounces of the oven roasted turkey breast from Costco. I'm going to eat this and I'll probably have my evening tea in a little bit. And that'll probably be it for me for the day. Time for tea. I am having a rooibos chai for my evening tea tonight. For my lean day today, my total calories came to 1,075. I got 163 grams of protein, and that made up 65.6% of calories. I got 34.6 grams of fat. That made up 31% of my calories, and I got 7.8 total carbs, and that came to 3.1% of my calories. Thanks so much for joining me on this What I Eat in 2 Days video. I hope you guys are all doing great, and I'll see you again in another video.